So we are Bomporto collection of hotels in Portugal. Okay, not only in Porto. The Lumiares and the Vintage are based in Lisbon, and the Rebelo in Porto. So, why we are so different? Probably some of you are familiar with the brand, or you've heard about our hotels. But let me give you a more closely explanation about our brand. So, who we are. Bonport was created to give you that cool, good vibe of the five-star properties. The three hotels are five-star properties. They are also affiliated to small luxury hotels of the world. And we want to give you, and usually I used to play with this, that it's very funny that to say that what we do luxury without the white gloves. So we travel all over the world. We'll try a lot of luxury experiences, but we felt like they were more standard. They were formal, they were great, but more standard. So we want to leave a little bit behind the patterns and give you a proper luxury, more intimate, and give you the experience of the city as well. So let's start with Lumiage. Lumiage was our first hotel on the group, and I can risk and say that almost 100% of everything that you find at the hotel, and when I say everything, it's carpet, furniture, even the food. We try to only work with Portuguese suppliers. Location, where we are. So for the ones that know the city, you know that Bairro Alto, it's the most, I can say, honest walking distance to every point of interest in the city. So first of all, we are located in the center city, and you can walk to every point of interest. So, and for the ones that know Lisbon, it's a small city, and you can get easily to every corner of the city. Then uh, what do you find in our hotel? So, colorful, modern, perfect for a city break. And imagine, I told you that we have a modern design, but also we are located on a former palace of the 18th century. This is an example of a Portuguese portrait, contemporary Portuguese style, and you can see all the carpets are from Alentejo, the furniture from the north of Portugal, and the three hotels are pet friendly. Okay, so now let's talk about the rooms because these rooms makes the entire difference of our concept. So Lumiage was our first hotel, as I told you before, and also the concept that raised all the other hotels inside Bomporto collection. So Lumiage, what we have? We have 47 luxury suites, and when I say suites, I'm really saying the truth. So all the rooms goes from the studio until the two-bedroom suite. And the penthouses that you see on the list are also two-bedroom suites. Saying this, we can work with all types of clients. So individual travelers, couples, families, groups of friends. We can work with everyone, and you're still center city with the luxury experience. Now you ask me, okay, Joanna, it's apartment style? Yes. If we do have all the facilities and services that you're expecting on a five-star property, yes, we do have. You can never forget that you're in a five-star hotel. We do have the style of the apartment style with a small kitchen, but you're still on a five-star property. Then, in all of our hotels, we have a spa and a gym. Why I'm saying this? Because on this area in Bairro Alto, on the center city, it's very hard for to change the building and to build a spa. So, but we did it, and you can also enjoy a treatment after a day in the city. Then our wonderful rooftop. Here at our hotels, we only serve Portuguese food with a modern twist. In the Rebelo in Porto, then I will talk with you, we have a little bit more of a world cuisine. But in Lisbon, we only have Portuguese food. This rooftop has amazing views all over the city and the river as well. Here we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay? Then let's go to the Vintage. The Vintage was our second hotel on the group, and this one I can tell you that this is the Vintage. It's the proper cool good vibe of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And you're going to check in my presentation and during our conversation that all the three hotels are very, very different. We have in common the same DNA of the brand, of the concept. I'm the head of business development for the entire brand, but they're all different. Okay, so let's now talk about the location. As you can
Jill, can
see
I
here,
interrupt you quickly? I wanted to
yeah,
ask you because I've seen the hotels and I think it's basically I'm thinking this is what you're going to touch upon. When looking at the big differences between, say the vintage, for example, who is the customer of the vintage? Who is the client that you see more? Is it a couple versus a family? Is it a younger couple? Who is the customer that per se you're going to see in the bar and on the rooftop and that kind of thing versus the other
that,
hotels?
that's a very interesting question. The Lumières first, we were never only focused on families, but due to our type of rooms, families are probably the ones that visit us in the beginning more. But now, actually, the Vintage, it's more couples, groups of friends, even groups that want to come to the city, big groups. But and the Lumiage more for couples, families. But now the trend, everything is changing. The client is changing, and the choices as well. So now at the Vintage, because our DNA, the DNA of Pomporto, it's a family. We consider ourselves as a family. So also I think that this passed to the client as well. Nowadays, what you see, it's young couples, a lot of young couples, but with young kids also at the Vintage. Even though we don't have the apartment style, they love the concept and they love the location. In terms of market, United States, it's always our first market in both hotels. So it really depends. And the most funny thing, it's our repeated client. We have more repeated clients at the Vintage due to the style of the hotel. But also, when our clients are in the Lumiage, when they found out that we have the Vintage, they say, let me try. Because they like our concept. So nowadays, I can, in general, very general terms, I can say that in the Lumières, you see more families, and at the Vintage, you see more couples. But multi-generational couples. That's the funniest part about this concept. Did I answer your question, Ned?
You did perfectly, actually, because I do think that there is such a big difference, as I said earlier, between one and the other. And they're all so beautiful. But I do think that, when it comes down to different types of clients, it's good to know who fits best for. Personally, I have to say my heart is in the vintage just because it's very moody and sexy and cute and all of that. But carry on. I love them all equally.
Thank you. So, but the best part also that our clients love the Vintage, it's the location. So, do you remember
Yes.
that I told you that Lumiage, it's in the heart of the city. It's in Bairro. So, it's surrounded by all the trendy restaurants, shops, everything. And the Vintage, it's 15 minutes walking distance, okay? Because by car it's 5 minutes. And it's still very central. But we are a walking distance to every point of interest as well, but on a more quiet area. So if your client is looking for a more tranquility area, but really central, the Vintage, it's the perfect solution. If your client just wants to leave the hotel and be at the center of everything, the Lumières, it's perfect. And then, as I told you, and Nat, thank you for also saying this because I have the same opinion. This hotel has a lot of character, has a lot
Okay.
of charm, personality as well. And so,
Yes.
this is what makes us very different and pet friendly as well. In terms of rooms, when we talk about the rooms here, we have the standard hotel rooms. In terms of size, they are quite nice, of course, but no apartment style and also no connecting rooms. So single rooms, but the difference is that we have three suites here but the regular suite room of hotel. Okay, so the living room and the room. Then this spa, the main difference is that it has a pool. So if you're staying at the Lumiage and you want to enjoy the pool, you can make your booking at the Vintage with no costs. Okay, but you have to make your booking because this was made to be a relaxation area, and we don't want it to be crowded. And I bet you don't want that as well. And then here we have the Blue Bistro. It's our main restaurant. This is our chef. And here we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinners, and also can be privatized for small events. This one. Then, of course, the rooftop. Now you're thinking, oh, she's talking about a rooftop again in the middle of the city. Yes, it's true. Our brand has in common in all the hotels great rooftops, great locations, spa, and gym. Of course, I'm not going to talk how wonderful the services is and the facilities because that you have to know by yourself. And I bet you expect that as a five-star property. We do. We'll expect your. We will do that and make your expectations. So the rooftop can also be privatized for small events, but we always give primacy to our clients, and we always have places reserved to our clients. Then let's go to Porto now. I don't know if you are familiar with Porto, but Porto is a city that is growing nowadays. It's a very small city, even smaller than Lisbon. But the Rebelo, it's our brand new hotel. It's still my baby, as I had the chance to open the hotel in 2023. So, and the Rebelo, it's all the projects together. Rebelo, it's located, and this was kind of strategic because I don't know if you can see my mouse, but Porto, it's this. This is the center city, okay, and it's a very small city. This bridge that it's called Bridge Luís, Dom Luís, you can cross it also by walking. And 15 minutes later, you're at our hotel, always walking. And the best part of this hotel is that we are on the front line of the river with the best views. And nowadays, Porto, center city, it's getting a little bit crowded than usual. So it was our strategy to build a hotel, a great hotel on the other side of the river, for you to have the best views and also to be settled on the most tranquility area and to access the center in minutes or walking or by car. So well, this I must say that is a true picture from our hotel. So this is the real view that you can have from one of our rooms. And then I love this part of the story because this is our building. And the right part of the building, we're facing the building, and the right side of the building used to be a pot and pan factory. And the left side used to be a warehouse where they kept the wine barrels. And those wine barrels were transported by the small boats that you see in front of you. And the name of the boats, it's our Rebelos. So, do you remember all of my explanation about luxury, about our concept? So we are rebels, right? On the five-star properties. And Bello also because you have beautiful views. So we decided to create the Rebello and also to create an industrial chic style designed hotel. See, you're really picture, you really view from one of the rooms. Then, talking about the rooms, Lumière's concept was a truly success. So we decided to do the same in the Rebelo in Porto. To make it difference, to make the difference, we really make things differently. But in this case, we built 103 luxury suites, but with a three-bedroom suite. So the the two-bedroom suites can fit until four adults, and I'm not counting with the kids, but this one can fit until six adults. Saying this, and if you have a family, that this happens a lot. If you have a family that and they want to know, a family or a couple, okay, a client, let's say like this, and they want to know Lisbon and Porto, you can have our you have our hotels and what you can find and what you can transmit to your client, so they will find the same concept, the same type of service and excellence, and you have both opportunities. And for you, the best part is that you only have one salesperson to talk with and to take care of your clients and to follow up on your reservation.
Joe, can I
And
ask you briefly for all the advisors that are joining our calls that are perhaps part of any of the big consortia in the US or Virtuoso or Signature, can you share with us what are the amenities and if you can pass along any amenities?
So I can tell you now, right now, what are our amenities that we guarantee in our rooms. Then, what we do, we also personalize the amenities for the consortiums. Okay, for example, we have special amenities for virtuos. When one of the features of this amenity, I can tell you that it's one way of the transfer. We offer you. Um, uh, Room upgrade upon availability, early check-in, late checkout upon availability. It's also always included on this type of consortiums as well. Also, for who is Serendipians, we also have personalized amenities, but the ones that you always find, and also you can talk with me directly, and you can say, Joanna, I love your amenities, but we would like to personalize it a little bit more. My clients like this, they don't like this. And this is why I am here. This is why I'm your point of contact in Portugal. And that's why we also have a guest relation team that works every day, and they will take care of all these details for you. And we will welcome them on site. But let me go back to the beginning and saying that what do you find in our rooms? For example, the minibar. Everything that you find on the minibar, the first use, it's totally complimentary. Okay, so we just start to charge the refill. For example, we always, due to us to be SLH, small luxury hotels, we always try to give you the upgrade. Of course, it's upon availability. I can tell you that nowadays, during high season, we are almost full, but we try to give all the time these details, to take these details in consideration. Of course, that you always have a welcome VIP when you arrive on your room. It depends also if you want to personalize it with me, or imagine um, they have food restrictions. Well, we can put some nice fruit up, and also you always have the Rebello wine in your room. If the clients don't drink alcohol, let us know, because we decide to take out the wine and put some fresh orange juice or other fruit juice, or we can personalize it. I can say this once more for you to make sure that we do. Of course, that water, coffee, tea, it's always complimentary, and you can always request for more. Um, Daily housekeeping service, everything that you're expecting on a proper five-star hotel. And every day, the turn down, it's different. It's different. So every day you got a different surprise. I hope I said everything and I'm not forgetting any of the details. But then, if you have more questions, please do ask me. Then I was talking about the spa and the gym. Why we have this design? Because this was all thought to be industrial chic style, as well as the former building, because the relationship between our brands and our buildings, it's to give primacy to the previous history. But then when we were doing the constructions and the diggings, suddenly we found out some ruin artifacts. So we decided, okay, stop everything. Let's mix both, because we give primacy to the previous history. So we decided to create this kind of Roman bath. And by the way, all of our gyms are open 24 hours. Okay. Then we have the Pot and Pan restaurant. It's our main restaurant. And if you remember the story of the building, we were very original with the name because this part of the building was the Pot and Pan factory. Okay. And here at the restaurant, we serve breakfast and dinners at the rooftop and below. Why? Because it's beautiful and has a beautiful view. We serve lunch, cocktails, dinners, as you wish, with this wonderful views all over the city of Porto. And it's open every day from 12 to 12. Then the lobby bar, it's amazing for you also when you're waiting for your check-in, for when you want to welcome some friends that are in the city as well. And we do have a little Rebels Kids Club. And this one, everybody loves it. All the families love it. But this was also thought because we cannot be family inclusive if we don't think about the family as a whole, uh, as a family itself, from the little ones to the adults. Because you're in Porto, you can never forget that you want to do a wine tasting, or you want to go to our wonderful spa, and you want to enjoy, but you want your kids to enjoy as well. So we decided to create this kids club. And the best part, it has no costs. You just have to make your booking. And that's it. Have a good time with your family at our hotel. Enjoy. And this is why I'm here, to make your experience wonderful. And that's it. I hope
Fantastic.
I hope you liked it. I hope you have a lot of questions. And I'm here to answer all.
Fantastic. So if any of you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, as I said earlier, we will be sending you as soon as this is done. We will send you an email with Joanna's information, of course, the presentation as well. If you want to pass this along to any of your team members, please feel free to do so. Joanna is very humble on this, so I'll say this for her. When she says she's there for you guys, she really means it. I have seen the special amenities that her team has put together for some of the clients staying in the hotels, and they are not only very curated but also very unique. So it really makes a huge stamp. In terms of rates, Joe, can you share a little bit of like the differences between the rates? Let's say shoulder season over summer, which is what we're in the foothills of it.
Okay, that is a great question as well. Thank you, Natalia. The Lumiares and the Rebelo, they are more similar in terms of rates wise. I can tell you that on the shoulder um, season, the rates can start on the 250, 300. In the vintage, the rates can start on the 200. Okay, high season, it really depends because our rates are dynamic. We always try to give you a fair price between quality, luxury, and and a fair price to pay for a service. And during high season, the rates can start on 350, 400 in the Rebello and the Lumiage, and at the vintage, 300. But they are getting more and more closely as we do the same concept, DNA, same facilities, amenities, but you still have the chance to choose.
Fantastic. And in terms of for anybody that is thinking on DMCs, of course, we work with Tempo VIP, which
Yes.
Joanna and Bomporto Hotels work very closely with Tempo VIP as well. So the one thing that I will love is if you are working with Tempo VIP and you are booking any of the Bomporto Hotels, we would love to know that the booking is coming from you. While Tempo is very good at sharing that information, internally, we would love to ensure that Joanna makes, and basically understands who the person, the advisor is that is booking the room to ensure that we kind of dial it up a little bit. So this will help tremendously whenever you're using any of the DMCs within Portugal. Any other questions that you might have? I'm getting a lot of like thank yous and thank you, so that's fantastic. If any other questions, otherwise we'll close this session. Thank you so much, Joe. Go
Thank
play
you.
tennis beach. We're being very
Beach
jealous about it. Beach tennis, sorry. Beach tennis. Tennis beach, beach tennis. Yes. We're very jealous, but thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everybody.
No,
Bye-bye.
thank you all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.